Good evening, Bruins. Thank you. That's fabulous. For those of you who have not had a chance to meet yet, my name is Julie Sina, and today, almost more than any other, I'm just so humbled and honored to serve as your alumni director. And to all of our Bruins, welcome home. And as a land-grant institution, the UCLA Alumni Association acknowledges the Gabrielino Tonga peoples as the traditional land caretakers of the Tagamdar. That is how we at UCLA always begin in our house. So welcome. As Bruins, we often define ourselves as optimists, game changers, perhaps a few rule breakers. And as I look around the room, I definitely see a few Bruins that fit into those categories tonight. It was President Obama that said that the power of civic engagement lies in our collective ability to create positive change. And that is what we're celebrating tonight. Bruins that have done that and are doing that in our communities around the world. This is a first for us. This started as an idea that was planted by somebody that you'll meet in a few minutes. But was taken forward by Haley Kokowski on our alumni team. And I want to acknowledge Haley and our whole team that pulled this together. There you are. And at this first launch, this inaugural class of Civic Excellence at UCLA, we are so honored to have Darnell Hunt, who serves as our Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, open up this event. EVC Hunt's entire leadership portfolio is a full-on embrace of civic engagement. This is evident through our newly launched strategic plan, our movement in downtown LA. Darnell, I'm sure, will share a little bit more about that. And Darnell is a double Bruin. As I know he knows I'm going to say, in our house, we also acknowledge, particularly this week and rivalry week, that he does have a degree from that school across town. But the double Bruin just takes care of it. EVC Hunt is an incredibly strong partner in our alumni work around diversity, around career engagement, and especially tonight, around civic engagement. So please join me in welcoming Darnell.
Thank you so much, Julie. How's everybody doing this evening? Well, welcome to, all of those joining us, and congratulations to the inaugural cohort of 40 civic leaders representing Bruin Excellence in Civic Engagement. Congratulations. So, this is in our DNA here at UCLA. One of UCLA's great alumni, the Nobel Peace Prize winning political scientist and diplomat Ralph Bunche, said that, quote, hearts are the strongest when they beat in response to noble ideals. Think about that. So the hearts of those in this room must be very strong indeed. Many of you know that public service is one of the 3 pillars of UCLA's mission, and it's something we try to instill in every member of our community. We kind of, we breed leaders here at UCLA, and we expect our students to go out and make a difference in the world and to engage civically in their communities and beyond. But you are all the real embodiments of that idea. You dedicated yourselves to the common good, to giving back to your communities, to thinking beyond yourselves, and to lifting up those around you. That is something we should celebrate every day. But I'm grateful that Julie and Matt Kazmarek and the Alumni Association team have given us this special occasion to do so. So thank you for that. Tonight's honorees include a diverse group of alumni leaders in federal, state, and local government, nonprofits and community building organizations, educational institutions, think tanks, and much more. But what unites this group is what unites all Bruins. The notion that we can look thoughtfully at the problems facing society and with characteristic creativity, optimism, and resolve, address them in lasting ways that create a better future for all. Now, creating the future, it so happens, is the title of UCLA's just released strategic plan, which covers the years 2023 to 2028, which of course culminates with the Olympics, us hosting the Olympic Village. So I'm extremely excited about this. And if you haven't seen it, You can Google it, you can go to our website and read all about it. It's very detailed and kind of gives you a sense of where we're headed as a university and what we're trying to do. And the one thing I want to point to is that civic engagement is woven through the strategic plan through and through. It's on every page, or virtually every page. In fact, goal 1 is deepening our engagement with Los Angeles. So it's something that LA is in our name, UCLA, that we should do more of. And we've done a lot, but we can do a lot more. We're really excited about that. So I won't go through the entire document. There are 4 other pillars that are quite exciting. But I do want to mention that one of the 5 focus areas is establishing greater engagement and connections between UCLA and Los Angeles and its communities. And as a very real manifestation of that, you may have heard that we recently acquired new facilities in South Bay and in downtown, affectionately known now as UCLA South Bay and UCLA Downtown. UCLA Downtown, all right? UCLA Downtown consists of historic trust building. And if you haven't seen that, you can Google that and look it up. It's an amazing building. It was built in 1928, the year before UCLA moved to Westwood. Amazing Art Deco style, completely renovated, state-of-the-art, and it's going to be an incubator for engagement activities between UCLA and the rest of the city. So we're really, really excited about that. So I realize that many of tonight's honorees work in Los Angeles. So it'll be interesting to see how we can work to better connect our university to that work. And I think the building downtown will be a major player in that process. So with that, I'd simply like to close by offering my deep thanks to tonight's honorees for your hard work and sacrifices. This kind of work doesn't always pay the highest after all, but in the end it does to our society and to those we care about. And I hope you enjoy the celebration of remarkable civic leadership and Bruins' impact in the world. Thank you, and go Bruins.
Thank you so much, Darnell, and thank you for your leadership, particularly in this space. So glad you were here tonight to celebrate with this inaugural class. I mentioned earlier that you would be meeting the person that planted the seed for the event tonight, and that's Matt Kazmarek. And Matt, we the last 2 years, another event that Haley leads for us is we honor Bruin business owners, particularly in the entrepreneurial space. And Matt was at our event last spring and said, hey, why don't we do the same for our Bruins that are in civic engagement? And so here we are tonight. It was a seed that Matt has planted, and Haley helped to make that a reality. While a student, probably no surprise, Matt was very involved as a student leader on campus in various student government positions. And also has held senior leadership positions in public service as a senior economic policy appointment in the Obama administration, including the National Security Council and Departments of State and Treasury. Today, Matt has a senior leadership role working on market strategy and sustainable investing for BlackRock in LA, even though he's all over the world. Every time I talk to him, he's someplace else. Matt also serves in a leadership role in our Alumni Board of Directors, so please join me in welcoming Matt.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Darnell, for being here. Great to see you, and thanks, everybody. I have to say, I get to do a lot of cool things as a member of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, and this is the coolest by far, so I've been looking forward to this tonight. And since Darnell made a comment about the sacrifices you make in public service and civic engagement, I will say you know you're at a public service-oriented event when the food is all picked over the way it is. Way to go getting the snacks on your way in. First of all, welcome back to UCLA. I know that for many of our honorees tonight, your passion for civic engagement either started here or developed here. For me, there was a through line in my public service career that began in my time at UCLA, actually slightly before. I became a student leader and a student organizer and activist because I entered UCLA in the aftermath of Proposition 209 that was passed in 1996 and ended the use of affirmative action across the state of California. And it was that student organizing experience that led me to get elected to a position on USAC as the external vice president, which then introduced me to organizing around education issues and access to education at the state and national level. It was that experience that led me on a path that eventually led to the White House to serve in President Obama's administration, and also developed a lifelong passion for electoral politics. So I hope that you, like me, feel an emotional connection when you come back to this campus and you think about your time here as a student and how far you've come since then. I get asked all the time, what makes UCLA a special place? And my answer to that is that UCLA prepares leaders for the real world. And there's lots of things that UCLA is not. We are not a bubble of elite privilege like an Ivy League school. And we are not a school in a small town that is studying the big world. We are 4 things. We are, first, a world-class academic faculty, as well as, and probably more importantly, accomplished practitioners and change makers who engage with students all over campus, in the Luskin School, to the departments that study difference, such as our ethnic, gender, sexuality studies departments, and other interdisciplinary fields that approach the world as it is, not just from academic silos. Second, we live in Los Angeles, which is one of the world's greatest policy laboratories. I moved back to LA from New York 3 years ago, and I always tell people it's such an exciting time to live in Los Angeles because we're confronting the generational challenges, policy challenges that we face, from density to homelessness to transportation, all of the big challenges that face big cities today. LA is at the forefront of helping to solve. Third, we have a ton of opportunities to get involved as a student on campus, but in doing so, you confront the real challenges of having real-world impact. You have to manage diverse stakeholders, which create a challenge in building consensus, but also encourages people to develop durable solutions. You face, as a student leader on campus, you face the constant trade-offs and the budget constraints that real policymakers face in the real world. And we build and invest in strong institutions across the university, student organizations, student government, and student media, just as true public servants and those involved in civic engagement do in broader society. And UCLA has a very strong culture of service, and there's a lot of places to get involved, as EVC Hunt referred to in the university's core mission. So it's no wonder to me that our alumni go on and do great things and have great impact. UCLA is a public institution. In fact, I don't know if you've heard lately, but we are the #1. And UCLA is dedicated to public service, and your impact, the impact that you have in your life, is an extension of UCLA's impact. So we created this honor because civic engagement, the actions you take for the betterment of society, too often go unrecognized or under-recognized. And we live in a time of skepticism of government, cynicism about public service, and a casual apathy towards finding solutions to hard problems. But you all are doing the work. You are inspiring hope and optimism. You are building coalitions, and you are driving and, I would say, forcing prioritization. You are developing innovative solutions. You are building and strengthening our public institutions. And at the end of the day, you're improving people's lives. So you all in this room, and there's a lot of you here tonight, and I'm so grateful that you've all chosen to be here with us, are our inaugural cohort of honorees for excellence. You are 40 leaders working at the local, state, national, and international level. And I'll pause here. If you are an honoree, would you please just raise your hand? Because there's a lot of I have to say, since I just forced you to identify yourself, you were selected from a highly competitive pool. I kept telling Haley, I kept getting sapped in by people's stories and wanting to honor more and more people, and Haley said, no, we have to keep this highly selective, and she won. You are policy experts, program managers, labor leaders, community activists, teachers, and lifelong volunteers. You represent the best of UCLA, and I hope that you are as proud as you should be to have UCLA on your resume, and UCLA is proud of you and your achievements as well. So I'm going to make my ask. I'm a civic engaged person. I have 4 asks of you tonight. Number 1, please brag about this. This is a humble bunch of people, I'm sure. Put it on your resume, post it on social media. What's the hashtag? We have a hashtag?
Bruin Proud.
BECE, Bruin Proud. Okay, excellent. Bruin Proud. Put it on social media. UCLA found you and your work and is putting you on a pedestal, so please rise to that pedestal. Second, please build a community. You're all doing amazing work. You're facing similar challenges. You're trying to maximize your impact. We can build in this room an amazingly supportive community that is rooted in the shared UCLA experience that inspires you to continue learning and growing in your leadership from each other. Number three, please take this opportunity to reconnect with your Bruin identity. I'll tell you what we're doing. At the Alumni Association, we are well on our way into a multi-year strategic plan where we are reimagining the brand of the Alumni Association, as well as the programs and services that we use to meet your needs. So get back involved with the Alumni Association, tell us how we can be more relevant in your life, and allow us, and stay tuned for, some of the exciting things that we're doing and we're rolling out in the years ahead. Second, I have to say this, please find ways to support UCLA. Join our alumni networks, support financially and with scholarships where you can. This is a group that can do enormous legislative and policy advocacy, so please remember UCLA when you're making policy decisions and advocating for policy positions. Bring UCLA into your work. Hire students, hire interns. I have to say the person who gave me my first internship when I was a student is in this room, Maciek, who probably everybody knows. Enormously important person in my career, and I'm sure many others. So hire interns, bring in faculty, bring in UCLA researchers, come back and speak on campus, bring UCLA into your work and find ways to support the campus. And then please commit to mentoring and inspiring the you of the future. Because you are now the person who inspired you when you were a student. And then my last ask of you is to please share this recognition. You're the inaugural cohort. I want you to think of 5 people right now who deserve this distinction, who you want to nominate or encourage to self-nominate next year. We're obviously looking to grow our Rolodex, and we need you. And that includes your friends and peers, as well as those really successful Bruin role models who you just really want to be in the same club with. So let's get them. So I want to close by saying thank you for all that you do. Your journeys, I got to read all of your nominations, and they inspire me. And on behalf of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, congratulations on being a member of the first class of Bruin Excellence in Civic Engagement honorees. And the embodiment of a career in public service, Cynthia Flores.
Well, all right. Good evening, everyone. I want to say congratulations to the honorees, their guests, families, loved ones. This is really quite an extraordinary achievement. As folks have mentioned, you are part of our inaugural class. And as Matt mentioned, you just so happen to be the #1 public university. And then you're part of an exclusive group within that #1 folks that have dedicated themselves to public service. So really a wonderful, incredible achievement. We're inspired by the depth and breadth of leadership experience in this room. Each of you represents the promise of a public institution, an investment in continued public service. And to me, as someone that went to UCLA, served UCLA, continues to serve UCLA, I'm really humbled to share this evening with each of you. As previously mentioned, I am a board member of the UCLA Alumni Association. The Alumni Association exists as a conduit, a resource, and an advocate to advance the interests of UCLA and its nearly 500,000 alumni. We are comprised of a group of alumni and staff members that meet our mission by offering scholarships, career programming, lifelong learning opportunities, and connecting alumni with Bruin networks worldwide. Our board utilizes a committee structure to effectuate our plan of action. And as it would happen, I happen to serve as the chair of the Civic Engagement Committee. And it's been quite an honor to serve in this capacity over the last year and a half. We invite you to lend your talents and to continue your service to our efforts on the board. The committee's mission is to influence decision makers to meet the needs of UCLA alumni. To that end, the committee focuses on reaching alumni to participate in programs to work alongside decision makers on issues of importance. Last year, the committee focused its efforts on issues relating to student loan forgiveness, housing, and financial aid. This year, the committee will continue to engage alumni by hosting virtual fireside chats with state and local electeds, participating in the UC Action Day in Sacramento, and working alongside UCLA alumni across the country to provide voter education for the 2024 election cycle. Yes. We invite each of you to join our efforts. If you are interested, please feel free to contact myself, team alumni, basically anybody in this room that had anything to do with this programmatic event. We're signed up to answer your questions and also to make sure that we plug you in. Again, congratulations to each of you. Very, very, very well deserved. I also spent a few hours looking over, and it was quite a competitive group, looking over folks' applications, nominations, self-nominations. And again, I am truly humbled to be in this room with each of you. Enjoy your evening, and yeah, go Bruins! Jennifer Polikides, Associate Vice Chancellor of Government and Community Relations, and also a wonderful, wonderful advocate, ally, and just great person to work with. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Congratulations to all of you. You've heard this congratulations from so many people, but it is heartfelt. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you for the work you did that brought you to this point where we can recognize you here at UCLA. We have such an amazing group of honorees here. It's as Cynthia said, it's humbling to be among you today. Thank you for your service, your public service, your service to nonprofit organizations, and to all that you do, really from your heart, to serve our localities, our state, our city, our county, and internationally as well. As Cynthia mentioned, I'm a part of UCLA. I work in the Government and Community Relations office. Our office works with federal, state, local governments to make the connection, advocate for UCLA. And also we work with our neighbors, our communities here in the broader Los Angeles region. Something really special about UCLA. So I'm an alum as well, and actually UCLA gave me my inspiration through a summer internship that I did through UCLA in Washington, D.C., literally to have an experience somewhere outside of California, having only really spent my time at that point in California. It opened up a whole world for me. I ended up going back to DC to work. What I thought would be 2 years turned into 26 years. But this opportunity to come back to UCLA and work for UCLA, for my alma mater, was really something very special. Something that I did not appreciate as much when I was a student here was how important UCLA is in Los Angeles. We are the public research university in LA County. And LA County has a population greater than 40 states, right? That is amazing. And so the role that UCLA has in LA County is really, it's really important. But the most important role, I believe, is that it's generated this amazing group of honorees, of Bruin Excellence in Civic Engagement. So thank you again for the work that you do. Thank you to the Alumni Affairs, alumni staff, and the great volunteers, Cynthia and Matt, for starting this program. We look forward to many more years of this program, but remember, you were the first.
Good evening. As previously mentioned, my name is Haley Krakowski, and I serve as a director for Alumni Career Engagement here with UCLA. I helped with this program, and I got to work with Matt and some amazing individuals along the way. And we're just so honored to see this come to fruition tonight and to have everyone here. So thank you for making the effort. I know people, got out of work early, flew across the country, made the effort to be here tonight. So thank you so much. It's really an inspiring group. So we have our next portion, which we are going to begin. It's the certificate presentation portion. So Gloria, who serves as our Senior Director for Alumni Career Engagement, will assist with this portion, as well as Julie for passing out our certificates. So there is a procedure we're going to do. So if possible, we would love for you to come down the center if you're one of our honorees. You will be called in alphabetical order by last name, and your picture will be on the screen. So it's really hard not to get it right? Okay. So please come down the center. Julie will pass over the certificate, and then we would love to get a nice photo of you. So after you get your certificate, please make your way over here, and we will have a photo opportunity for you with your certificate. After that, it's up to you how you want to enjoy the rest of your evening. We have photo opportunities. And please just don't forget to get your item before you leave. So we will begin our next portion.
So when I call you up, when I say your name, come on down, and I have a little bit of a bio. I'm gonna keep just sharing all your amazing accolades. You're gonna come down, you're gonna take your photo, okay? And first and foremost, thank you so much for being here. I apologize. I've been practicing the names, but if I don't get it right to scream out, I will change it again. So, but again, we're here to celebrate you. So first up is Nicholas Akers, class of 95, is a senior assistant attorney general overseeing consumer protection in the California Department of Justice. Nicholas also serves as a judge advocate and legal assistance attorney in the California State Guard. He's a graduate of UCLA, Harvard Law School, and the Harvard School of Public Health. We have Russell Altenberg, but he's not here today. He is the founder and CEO of Reframe Labs. He is living in Charlotte, North Carolina, so he could not be here today. Next, who is in the building, Spencer Burrows, class of 2007. He is an 11th grade dean at Pacific Ridge School, is a dedicated educator, board member, and active community member. He serves on the boards of Teach Public Schools and the San Diego Center for Economics Education. Congratulations, Spencer. Next, we have Lourdes Castro Ramirez, class of 94. Also a graduate of Urban and Regional Planning in 96, previous cabinet agency secretary for the state of California, overseeing various housing, consumer protection, and civil rights initiatives. On November 6th, Lourdes joined Mayor Karen Bass's administration as Chief of Housing and Homelessness for the City of Los Angeles. Our next awardee is not here today, Christina De Jesus. She is President and CEO of Green Dot Public Schools in California. Fantastic. Next up is Martin Jahanian in class of 02 and MBA class of 2015. With a 3-decade career in government relations, currently directs global government affairs at Lamb Research Corporation, previously held influential positions at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Capitol Hill, and in political campaign management. Congratulations, Martin. Next up is Norma Fernandez, class of 2004, and Urban Regional Planning Masters in 2006. Background in nonprofit and public sectors, currently leads Everyone On, working to bridge the digital divide and enhance community well-being while actively participating in volunteer and advocacy roles in support of social justice and youth leadership development. Next up is Russell Shaw, class of 87. He's the Chief Deputy Director, Undersecretary of California Governor's Office of Planning and Research, has dedicated 24 years to various executive roles in California, overseeing a wide range of essential services and programs. He also volunteered for 28 years in youth sports programs across the state. Next is PJ Gavagina, class of 99, an experienced public servant and assistant city manager in Lower Park, California. Dedicated over 2 decades in local government, holds advanced degrees in public policy and urban planning from Harvard, and serves as an adjunct professor and advisory council member at California Lutheran University. Next we have Oceanae R. Gilliam, Master's in Public Policy, class of 2019, actively engaged in civic leadership, served as Chief of Staff for Tennessee State Representative Justin J. Pearson's campaign, while also contributing as a senior project manager at the Center for Justice Innovation, supporting the development of alternatives to incarceration programs in West Coast jurisdictions. Next is congratulations to Dr. Brandon Golub. He's an associate professor at the University of California, Irvine, and associate dean for the campus-wide honors collegium, where he teaches and provides mentorship to a diverse student population with a strong emphasis on addressing performance gaps for first-generation college students. Next is Valerie Gomez, class of 2013. Significant contributions to education and empowerment, particularly for Latinx college students, and is a visionary founder of Latina Grad Guide, thriving online community, providing support and scholarship for Latina graduate students with a focus on inspiring the next generation of leaders. Next, we have Richard O. Granados, class of 80, a dedicated leader with nearly 4 decades of service and has made significant contributions through his involvement with Kiwanis International, Inland Empire United Way, and his commitment to community outreach, financial preparedness, and insurance education. She is not here today, but Antonia Hernandez, class of 1970, grade 24. Honor her. She's the president and CEO of California Community Foundation. Next up is Soma E. Hernandez. Has dedicated over a decade to a career in public service, working for various governmental agencies, and currently serving as the Director of Policy and Partnerships at the South Los Angeles Transit Empowerment Zone. Congratulations, Soma. Next is Carrie Holmes, class of 2013. Executive Director of the Center of Excellence to QDROs, is dedicated to securing retirement benefits for low-income litigants, providing them with a dignified income in their later years with a background in pro bono work.
Go ahead.
Next is Jamil Jafer, class of 1998. He's the founder and executive director of National Security Institute at George Mason University. Honor him. Next is Clayton Kazan, 1996. A law student in emergency medical services and has held various leadership positions, including serving as the first full-time medical director of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. Congratulations, Clayton. Next is Grace Kim, class of 2003. She's dedicated to mobilizing everyday people for a more just society, serving on global boards and committees, and co-founding White Stork, an evacuation and medical supply operation established in response to the 2022 Russian invasion in Ukraine. Next we have Rain Laborde Ruiz. She has a master's in architecture and a master's in urban regional planning. Serves as an associate at She is an architectural designer, urban planner, and interdisciplinary research. She emphasizes public engagement and spatial justice in her projects. Next, we honor Emily Lubin Loper, class of 2008, a vice president of public policy at the Bay Area Council. She leads the communication policy portfolio, drawing from her extensive experience in legislative offices, policy organizations, while holding degrees from UCLA and USC Price School of Public Policy. Next, Dr. Kimberly Lucas, class of 2004. Professor of the Practice in Public Policy and Economic Justice at Northeastern University, is a dedicated academic practitioner with expertise in community-driven civic research, city-university collaborations, and a focus on early childhood policies. Next, we have Teresa Magula, class of 2002, an NPP in 2004, served as a law enforcement accountability consultant at Influence Consulting. In her work in civilian oversight of law enforcement, she bridges the gap between police departments and communities. Congratulations. Next, we honor Roxanne Marquez Shaligan, class of 96. Los Angeles County Supervisor Gloria Molina, and now serves as communications specialist and speechwriter at SEIU Local 721, the significant labor union representing mainly public sector workers in Southern California. Congratulations. Next, we honor Jesse Melgar, class of 2009. Strategy and Public Affairs at the University of California Possibility Lab. Previously held key roles in state government, including as communications director for California Governor Gavin Newsom. Next, we have Veronica Nolan, served as president and CEO of the Thomas Fund. She has worked at policy and implementation levels to ensure historically underrepresented Black and Latinx students have access to outstanding education and enrichment opportunities. Next, Lauren Miller, class of 2005, is the Deputy Director of Public Affairs at the AFL-CIO. She previously served as a Senior Advisor and Digital Director for U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren and played a key role in building her digital program. Next is Erin Ordauer. Environment Deputy for Los Angeles County Supervisor Lindsay Horvath. Erin's work focuses on policy initiatives related to climate change, energy, and environmental justice. She is not here today, but Michelle Pollock is the founder of the Lollipop Tree Incorporated, and so we honor her today. And then also not here is Deborah Posto, class of 1998. She's Attorney Appellate Defenders Incorporated in San Diego. Next, Jason Poo, class of 1997, is a regional administrator for HUD Region 9, covering multiple states and territories, was appointed by President Biden in 2021 and previously served as an elected mayor, council member, and business attorney. Next, we have YR, class of 95, is environmental program manager at the Los Angeles Water Board with over 34 years of experience in water quality and groundwater pollution cleanup. Congratulations. Next, we have Brian Rosenbaum, class of 2007, Director of Development and Communications at Los Angeles Donald McDonald House, is a Southern California native with 18 years of experience in the U.S. and international nonprofit sector. Next up, Jeffrey Ross, class of 2002, is the Director of Government Services, with over 30 years of civic engagement, spanning federal, state, and local government, as well as the United States Marine Corps. Next up, Natalie Samar. Katie and She's the president and CEO dedicated leader with a legal background, having worked on issues impacting women and girls at the California Women's Law Center. She is not here today, but Laura Schiller, 91, serves as Senior Advisor for Friedman Consulting in Washington, D.C. Next, we have Andy Schrader. He's known for his private advocacy transition from a career in the entertainment industry to work with former Los Angeles City Council member Paul Koretz. And Andy now operates 2100 IF Strategies Consultancy with a focus on clean energy, zero waste, and biodiversity conservation projects. Next up, we have Dr. Riley J. Smith. Serves as the Chief Strategy Officer for Community Coalition, an organization that has been dedicated to advancing racial and economic justice in Los Angeles for 3 decades through policy, advocacy, youth organizing, and power building efforts. Next, we have Dr. Rosalind Trezevant Haley, education doctor from 97. Acting Dean of Enrollment Services in Golden West College is dedicated to promoting success in underserved communities through counseling, mentoring, and volunteerism. Congratulations, Dr. Robinson. And then last, she is not here today, but Regina Wallace-Jones, Master's in Public Policy and CEO of Acton. She will be here today, but we honored her at the Luskin event because she was the Alumna of the Year. And so we are excited to honor her doubly for her service to everyone. And also, congratulations, all of you, we did it! And of course, this is the UCLA event, so we always are going to end in an 8 clap. So if you know, you got to get up. Anyone who has a video camera, get ready for this. Oh yes, Matt. Matt Casmeric, would you like to lead us?